Hey guys, and welcome to another edition of Rolling with Robert, spicing up your sex life. Well, it's hump day, and of course I'm going to say something about spicing things up. And this version is for the broke ones out there that would like to spice things up the cheap way. And when I say cheap, it's not the $20 hooker way. It's the way that you don't have to spend any money. And oh shit! Wait, damn! Hold on. God dang it, man! My truck just freaking ran out of gas. I need someone to help me push it. Hey, man! Hey! Can you help me push my truck? It ran out of gas.
No hablo inglés.
Oh, el trucko pusho el duo. Yeah. Honey, yeah, I'm in this car.
Are you ready? Can I take my foot off the brake now?
You know, one way to save money is push your truck to work. Now, I don't recommend it if you got tools and parts and things like that, but hey, it's a good way to save money. You know, this one's a pretty cool one. It's called being at each other's mercy. All right? You know, just the word mercy is a cool word. So, try letting your partner control what you do to them. Like close your eyes, and give your hand to your partner, right? Just give your hand to your partner and let them place your hand, wherever. And it's like a hand massage to them, right? But they'll be controlling the massage, but you'll be controlling the pleasure, right? So try that. That's a good way. You both get the fun out of that. This next one is a good one. Especially for us guys, act on your moods. Now, us guys, we can't just find the closest toilet or, the nearest hole to relieve ourselves, but, it's a little bit more difficult for you girls. And, some girls don't like to just relieve themselves just anywhere. So, a good way to go about that is, so go ahead and put something, under his pillow to let him know that you were in the mood, like some panties or something like that, the stinkier, the better, go with that. This one is a good one, and it's neat and clean. So, and it lets you be creative. And in my case, be published, This is a way that you can spice things up by, sending your partner an email or a text message of a nice little 50 Shades of Grey kind of thing, The way I want you to, and the way I want you to touch. Wait, how do I touch me makes me want. Be imaginative, that kind of stuff. And, I know you women, you can write better than you can act. So, give that a try. And it'll get him all worked up and stuff like that, where he just can't wait to get home, to see if maybe you'll act on that kind of shit. But, you know what? That's a good way to do it. So, try that. Well, this next one is a good one. And, it can spice things up in a nice, cheap way. It's making a bedroom rule, right? And then in our bedroom, we have a standing rule that we can't use a position twice in 1 week. So, you know, when you've got the knowledge, you got all these kind of stuff, and cargos and footballs, you know, but the hardest part about it is keeping track. And so, if your knowledge is limited, you know, go ahead and check out that one book, the Kama Sutra. And, you know, I guess I got its name from, you know, after doing that meditation, I did a couple. So, you know, go ahead and check that out and learn some more positions. And don't forget to write them down, because if you know, that's a good way to try not to, you know, the 8-me was a good one, and the 24/7 is always good. So, I think that was our anniversary night. So, yeah, try that.
There you go.
You know, this next one is a fun one, but you know, it can get a little frustrating at times, you know. Teasing each other. You know, get all worked up, you know, dry hump, touch each other, squeeze, kiss, do everything possible to get the other one all worked up, you know. They either explode or, you know, throw you down and just attack, you know. Now, the objective of this is to try to get the other one to say, you know, either stick me now or throw me down and rip the clothes off. Or for some men, say, I messed myself. So even though you both win, you know, the one that caves should have to do something for the other, you know? You guys decide. Well, thank you guys for rolling with me with Rolling with Robert, the spicing up your sex life, and I hope you took some of these things to heart. Apparently I didn't, because I'm running out of gas and having to steal from the Mexicans, you know. Usually it's the other way around. But, and I'm almost to the gas station, and hopefully I'll make it, because, yeah, I could just smell the fumes. Damn. Alright, peace. And, apparently that gas just wasn't enough that I took from those landscapers / Mexicans. And, you know, hopefully you took this advice and saved a buck or two, and you won't be pushing your truck. So, take that tips to advice, and join me next week for another edition of Rolling with Robert, spicing up your sex life. Thanks. Peace!